Welcome to NTN Nightly. I'm Humadi Mark. This edition's top stories. Saint Lucia's dominance in the honeymoon niche market continues. The Government of Taiwan honors its pledge to assist Saint Lucia build a sustainable future. And the Ministry of Health readies all systems for safe meat consumption as the Christmas season approaches. Travel industry professionals and consumers worldwide have voted for Saint Lucia as the very best in the Caribbean in the 28th Annual World Travel Awards that recognizes and rewards excellence in travel and tourism. The destination has retained its title of Caribbean's leading honeymoon destination. More in this report from Jareen Georges from the Saint Lucia Tourism Authority.
Saint Lucia has won the award for Caribbean's leading honeymoon destination at the 28th Annual World Travel Awards. President and founder of World Travel Awards, Graham Cook, presented the award to Tourism Minister Honorable Dr. Ernest Hilaire at the ongoing Expo Dubai in the presence of other senior tourism officials. The win represents the island's 8th consecutive title as Caribbean's leading honeymoon destination and 12th overall of the same title.
Saint Lucia has been named for the 12th time as the Caribbean's leading honeymoon destination. It is such an honor for our island to be continuously recognized amongst the meccas of the industry within the romance niche. We certainly could not do this without the efforts of our local people as the driving force of this industry and our Caribbean Saint Lucia brand. Congratulations to our ancillary service providers who were also recognized in the categories of leading car rental company, leading beach resort, leading hotel, leading resort, leading destination management company, leading tour operator, and leading travel agency.
Caribbean Saint Lucia is a prominent driver of the island's regional marketing efforts. Marketing manager for the Caribbean region and events, Christopher Gustave, says Saint Lucia is well known as the romance capital of the Caribbean.
We are indeed proud, and romance continues to be a mainstay in the Caribbean Saint Lucia brand. Noting the impact of COVID-19 on regional travel, we not only recognize this award for the destination's resiliency and continued progress, but it reflects the dedication and commitment of all our tourism stakeholders. Caribbean will continue to showcase Saint Lucia and her diverse offerings as the destination of choice for all our Caribbean brothers and sisters.
Saint Lucia is also the 12th-time winner of the world's leading honeymoon destination by World Travel Awards. The public is encouraged to vote for Saint Lucia as the world's leading honeymoon destination 2021 until October 24th. The grand finale event, which acknowledges first-class excellence of travel brands from across the world, takes place on November 26, 2021. Jareen Georges, Saint Lucia Tourism Authority.
Meanwhile, Saint Lucia's appeal as an investment destination has been boosted amid challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic. Ross Daniel has the details.
Invest Saint Lucia has relaunched its website as a means of stimulating and facilitating investment opportunities of the country. The website offers users an enhanced digital experience and detailed importation on key sectors such as tourism, manufacturing, and global business outsourcing. Marketing and Communications Manager of Invest Saint Lucia, Shirlene Eliodor, expressed excitement about the relaunch of the website. She said the improved digital space aims to provide potential investors with all the necessities to make Saint Lucia their choice for investment.
Investors don't have time, so they need to be able to move around this website quickly. Data, linkages, they need to feel the essence of their next investment. They need information about the country, they need culture, the way of life of the people. So these are some of the main aspects that an investor would need and need to do it quickly.
Investment Services Manager with Invest Saint Lucia, Alana Lancico, highlighted the website's usefulness in aiding the investment team to interact with potential investors.
Well, first of all, I'm excited that we have a new and revamped website because in investment promotion, one of the critical components to that is a website that is dynamic, user-friendly. And I could say that the new website actually allows the user to interact directly with the investment team. So it brings that more personal one-on-one experience. It enables you to actually become more immersed in the offerings that we have in Saint Lucia, and you feel more comfortable in reaching out because all the information is there. And if you have a quick question, you can send us an email and send us a message, and one of the investment team members will contact you directly to see how we can take your idea to the next step.
To view the website, visit www.investstlucia.com. From the GIS, Ross Daniel.
The government of Saint Lucia on Monday received the final tranche of grant funding from the Republic of China, Taiwan as part of the Taiwan Community Development Project Agreement. During a small handing over ceremony held at the Financial Center, Ambassador of Taiwan to Saint Lucia, His Excellency Peter Chen, presented the check of US $612,000 to the Accountant General of Saint Lucia. His Excellency Peter Chen pledged Taiwan's support to helping Saint Lucia build a sustainable future.
CDP projects are not only backbones for reinvigorating economic growth, especially when facing this COVID pandemic, but also one of the key measures to accelerate actions toward the adaptation to climate change impacts, and an important strategy to meet people's needs. To incorporate local communities, business, civil society in the joint efforts. Taiwan is proud to be part of that.
Prime Minister of Saint Lucia and Minister for Finance, Economic Development and Youth Economy, Honorable Philip J. Pierre, thanking the government of Taiwan for their support, highlighted the intended use of the funds.
These $612,000 will be used for community projects. It's also going to be used to clean up Saint Lucia. I'm sure many of you look at the state of this country. The verges, there are some areas in the country where the bush actually is on the road. That cannot happen. A country cannot continue to look like that. And in all constituencies, we'll try to use some of that $612,000 to clean Saint Lucia, to have a new spirit, a freshness, a cleanliness in this country. And you can't have a country where it seems to be developing, but where the people are not part of that development. And I'm asking the ambassador that I'll be knocking on his door very shortly to have possibly a one put in front of the $612,000 for more cleanup projects. Because I can assure him, because of the state of this country, the $612,000 will surely not be enough to clean it up. But we're going to use part of it to clean this country.
The Prime Minister pledged accountability in the use of the funds. He also announced that the first initiative as part of the youth economy is soon to commence and will be funded by the government of Taiwan. On Saturday, October 16, Saint Lucia observed World Food Day under the theme Safe Food Now for a Healthy Tomorrow. In a clear demonstration of commitment to ensuring safe food for all, the Department of Agriculture partnered with the Embassy of Taiwan and Feed the Poor Ministry to deliver meals to the vulnerable.
World Food Day promotes worldwide awareness and action for those who suffer from hunger and for the need to ensure healthy diets for all. Hundreds of events and outreach activities bring together governments, businesses, NGOs, and the general public. To this end, the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Food Security and Rural Development joined forces with the Taiwan Embassy and the Feed the Poor Ministry to donate 100 prepackaged meals to the less fortunate in the Castries vicinity. Minister for Agriculture, Fisheries, Food Security and Rural Development, Honorable Alfred Prosper, notes that while the agriculture industry in Saint Lucia is producing sufficient healthy foods to feed every Saint Lucian, affordability is a major issue and has been magnified by the coronavirus pandemic.
This is not a case in Saint Lucia alone. It is a global problem. And this problem is one that I think we need to address as soon as possible. Because food security is one of the sustainable development goals that countries like Saint Lucia sign on to. We must make efforts to ensure that every single person who exists in this country has an opportunity to be able to get at least one meal a day.
The minister expressed gratitude to the government and people of Taiwan for their donation and hopes to continue collaboration with other sector agencies to recognize and address the food security problems that exist in Saint Lucia. The ambassador of the Republic of China Taiwan to Saint Lucia, His Excellency Peter Cheyenne Chen, reaffirms the Government of Taiwan's support as Saint Lucia continues to address these issues.
Over the years, the Embassy of the Republic of China Taiwan has staunchly supported agricultural cooperation with Ministry of Agriculture of Saint Lucia to help enhance the food security and promote local produce, with projects such as to increase banana productivity and to improve the supply chain of fruits and vegetables. Taiwan is committed to continuously working with the government of Saint Lucia to promote food security, zero hunger, local produce, and on its way to reach the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals.
Parliamentary Representative for Castries Central, Honorable Richard Frederick, commended the CEO of Feed the Poor Ministry, Gaspar Henry, on the work he has done and continues to do for the less fortunate island-wide. He notes that initiatives such as this highlights the importance of each and every person being able to afford their basic necessities.
It is the FAO objective, Food and Agricultural Organization objective, to alleviate hunger across the globe by the year 2030. By that year, 9 years from now, food should be both available and accessible to one and all. And it is not only the availability or accessibility, but the nutritional component of that exercise cannot be undermined. The government of St. Lucia's mantra, a mantra on which the people of this country voted overwhelmingly to install it, has been and will always be putting people first.
As World Food Day 2021 was commemorated under the theme, Our Actions Are Our Future, Better Production, Better Nutrition, a Better Environment, and a Better Life, the Ministry of Agriculture continues to encourage the public to practice more vigilance and make a conscious effort to consume healthier and safer foods. From the Communications Unit of the Ministry of Agriculture, I am Anicia Antoine reporting.
In related developments, the Departments of Agriculture and Health are readying systems for the inspection of meats as the Christmas season approaches. During this time, there is an increase in the public consumption of meats and the heightened need for the production of safe products.
The Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs and the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Food Security and Rural Development have collaborated to host a training session aimed at increasing Saint Lucia's capacity for surveillance and identification of zoonotic diseases. These diseases caused by germs spread naturally between animals and people. The partnership between the Veterinary Unit of the Ministry of Agriculture and the Environmental Health Unit of the Ministry of Health follows the One Health approach. Dr. Aurea King-Snack, Director of Agriculture, speaking at the opening ceremony of the training exercise, explained the importance of this method to tackling national health threats.
According to the World Organization for Animal Health, it is described as an integrated approach that recognizes the fundamental relationship and ensures that specialists in multi-sectors work together to tackle health threats to animals, humans, plants, and the environment. The ongoing collaboration between the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Agriculture is one that must be strengthened, as this allows us to make the best use of our limited resources. By working together, we can make sustainable improvements in our health system.
The training program, funded by the Pan American Health Organization PAHO, equipped participants with the competencies required to carry out post-mortem inspections of food animals. Deputy Chief Environmental Officer Cheryl Saint-Romain highlighted the pertinence of this proficiency as the demand for meat inspection increases during peak periods such as the Christmas season.
Saint Lucia, despite its size and geographical location, is not exempted from threats to health from foodborne diseases. The Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Services, through the Environmental Health Division, recognizes that its role to ensure the wholesomeness of meats for human consumption plays a pivotal role in not only ensuring economic viability, but most importantly, the safety of the meat and well-being of our people.
Country Program Specialist for PAO, Reynold Unit, endorsing the One Health approach, applauded the collaboration between the two ministries. He encouraged participants to capitalize on the training opportunity provided during a time when majority of health resources are targeted towards mitigating the COVID-19 pandemic.
The sharing of skills and data can only make you more effective and efficient on the job. So the collaboration between these two sectors is essential to ensure that wholesome meat and meat products are provided for consumption. As meat inspectors, you must be able to identify satisfactory conditions for slaughter of animals, identify diseased animals before slaughter, and of course, determine the conditions on post-mortem such as emphysema, tuberculosis, parasites, necrotic conditions, abscesses, and many more, which also include knowing the lymphatic system for meat inspection. Veterinary officers and environmental health officers, as you participate in this 2 week of training, I implore you and challenge you to pay attention to the information that is shared with you and practice the skills demonstrated.
The training program for the surveillance and identification of zoonotic diseases ran from September 27 to October 1st, 2021. From the Government Information Service, Hermedy Mark reporting. Saint Lucians are being encouraged to pay particular attention to their oral health as it can impact how COVID-19 infection affects the body. According to a new international study led by McGill researchers, infected and inflamed gums may result in higher rates of complications and more fatal outcomes for individuals diagnosed with the SARS-CoV-2 virus. Dr. Sherry Ephraim Lecomte is the senior dental surgeon in the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs.
The study suggests that gum disease may be associated with higher risks of complications from COVID-19 and discovered that COVID-19 patients with gum disease were 3.5 times more likely to be admitted to the intensive care unit, 4.5 times more likely to need a ventilator, and 8.8 times more likely to die when compared to those without gum disease. Gum disease is a common dental problem in Saint Lucia, which is mostly preventable in the early stages by maintaining good daily oral hygiene through brushing, flossing, water rinsing, and getting regular dental checkups. Periodontitis, also referred to as gum disease, is a serious infection of the gums that causes inflammation. In the study led by McGill researchers, it was found that blood levels of biomarkers which indicate inflammation in the body were significantly higher in COVID-19 patients with gum disease, which may explain the higher rates of complications for those patients. If periodontitis is left untreated, the inflammation can spread throughout the body.
Dr. Lecomte urges individuals to brush and floss their teeth daily, practice water rinsing and chewing sugar-free gum when unavailable to brush in a timely manner, and visit a dentist for a professional cleaning at least once a year. This is NTN Nightly. Coming up next, the use of drones in conservation.
According to a study published in the American Journal of Psychiatry in 2018, compared with the general population, individuals with alcohol dependence and persons who use drugs have a 10 to 14 times greater risk of death by suicide. Alcohol alone was found to be involved in approximately 22% of deaths by suicide. Drug use does not solve problems, it creates them. Suicide is preventable, and one call can save a life. All we need to do is act. Ask if someone is thinking about suicide, let them know you care, help them find assistance or treatment as soon as possible. Call 203 if you or a loved one is having suicidal thoughts. This is a message from the Employee Assistance Program of the Ministry of Public Service.
Welcome back. The Saint Lucia National Trust has wrapped up a 5-day training program in the proper use of unmanned aerial systems, commonly referred to as drones. This training was undertaken as part of capacity building component of a rapid response project, which is being funded by the European Union and the Organization of African, Caribbean and Pacific States through the BioPalmer program. The training agenda included a combination of theoretical and practical sessions. Dr. Kimberly Baldwin of Marine Spatial Information Solutions, based in Barbados, facilitated the sessions.
How to safely and effectively fly a drone, understand all the operational policies, protocols, and regulations that exist here in Saint Lucia, but also globally. And I've taught them how to operate in a commercial or professional standard for drones. And we learned how to take videos and photography, but we also learned about using drone mapping programs to conduct drone mapping and monitoring surveys as well.
The Saint Lucia National Trust envisages that following this training, its staff as well as those of the Department of Fisheries will be better equipped to monitor, manage and conserve Saint Lucia's natural resources, habitats and heritage and conservation sites.
Drones allow us the ability to capture real-time information, which is oftentimes much higher accuracy and resolution that we are getting from a satellite or aerial airplane images. So the benefits of using drone imagery are, I could go on for hours. Disaster management and mapping, I'm using drones for mapping historical sites, but also mapping sargassum. We're using drones to look at climate change issues such as erosion, flooding events. We're using drones for agriculture and looking at precision farming applications.
The training session was held at the Saint Lucia National Trust's Southern Office in the Maria Island Interpretation Center in Vieux-Fort, and the participants of this training comprise of members of the Saint Lucia National Trust's Technical and Management Team and the Department of Fisheries. We now take a look at the weather.
Forecast for Saint Lucia, valid for the next 24 hours. Partly cloudy, occasionally becoming cloudy with some scattered light to moderate showers and isolated thunderstorms. Seas slight with waves 2 to 4 feet or 0.6 to 1.2 meters. A weak tropical wave together with a trough system will cause occasional cloudiness with some scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms, mainly over the southern half of our region during the next 24 hours. 2 other tropical waves located over the central and eastern tropical Atlantic are moving westward near 15 miles per hour or 24 kilometers per hour. Tropical cyclone formation is not expected over the tropical Atlantic during the next 5 days.
That brings us to the end of NTN Nightly. Join us next time at 7 p.m. with a repeat at 7 a.m. You could also catch up with us anytime on the Government of St. Lucia's Facebook page or YouTube channel. I'm Gumedi Mark.